Okay, let's get started. So today we are going to focus on our hips, and we're going to start by standing. Okay, so come on up to standing. I just want you to do your retests. Okay, so first thing you're going to do, go into a squat position. Okay, you can either hold it here, move about side to side, see how you're feeling. Okay, or you can just come up and down out of those squats. See what's tight, see what's sore. You can lunge. You can even Cossack. Okay, just go side to side, see what's tight anywhere in particular. We'll do a little retest at the end. Okay, so remember how you felt there? Come on down to the floor. Okay, we're going to do a tight 90-90. So you're going to do a figure 4 position. So you tuck your heels up a little bit closer to your bum. Okay, from here, hands behind. And just for 30 seconds, we're going to go side to side. Nice and gently. Good, keep going. Just let someone in. We've only just started, Adam. We're just moving nice and gently side to side in a 90-90. Little pause at each side. Okay, next 30 seconds. If you want, you can either carry on with your hands here, if that feels like enough for you. If you want, you can bring your hands off and carry that on. It's going side to side. Having a little pause. Start rotating over that front leg. Nice and gentle. Okay, that's our minute. What we're going to do now is keep going, but we're going to add in a little lift off. See if my heel in the sun there. Go over to the side, lift that back heel off. Now, if your back heel doesn't lift off it, that's fine. Just think about it lifting off. Okay, so over, you might want to lean forward a bit more, help it come up. A couple more of these, squeeze in the glute to lift that foot. Really, really good for that hip strengthening. Keep that chest up nice and tall if you can. If you need to lean over, also fine. Okay, we're going to go into our pads and rails now. So first thing I want you to do is find your 90-90 position. Okay, so I'm going to go left foot in front. So check my left leg. I've got a nice horizontal shin, 90 degrees here, 90 degrees in between my femurs, okay, and then 90 degrees on that back leg. What I'm going to do from here is spend 20 seconds finding my max range. So my max range I want to find by pushing my hips back, keeping my spine nice and straight, and then sending my chest towards the front heel. So I'm trying to lean my chest over. I don't want you to be over this knee here. Okay, so come up and towards the shin or that heel. Now, if you really struggle in this position, I want you to grab a cushion and tuck it under your left hip here. Okay, so find your max range for me with a nice straight spine. I like to hold on one hand on my foot, one hand on my knee. Gives me a bit of support. You can hold on to the floor, wherever's comfortable. From here, we're going to start pushing down into the floor. Okay, so we're going to go for 20 seconds. You want about a 50% effort. So start building up to that 50% effort. We've got 10 more seconds. I'm just going to hold at about 50% effort, pushing that whole shin down to the floor. Okay, take the pressure off, but don't lift your chest. Keep your chest where it is. And now try and lift your whole shin up towards your chest. It won't move, but you're trying. So lifting from the top. 3, 2, 1, and relax. So now we're going to spend 20 seconds just trying to find a new range. See if you can sink into that a little bit more. Okay, keep the spine nice and straight. Use your hands for support on the floor. And we're going to push for 20 seconds. Off we go. push down into the floor, really strong contraction, building up to your 50%. We're going to go up to 60% and 70%. Hold it about that 75% effort. You got another 5 seconds. Strong push down into the floor for 3, 2, 1. Stay where you are with your chest, but try and lift your shin off the floor. I like to take my hands off the floor for this bit. So I'm lifting up for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice deep breath. See if you can sink a little bit further. We're going to do one more round on this side. 20 seconds push, off we go. Now we're going to build up to a strong 80% contraction. Okay, so pushing down 50, 60, 70. Now we should be at that really strong 80%. Okay, so really strong push down into the floor. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and pull that shin off the floor. Obviously you can't, but you're going to try. You're going to lift that shin up towards your chest. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, gently pull yourself up out of that one. Okay, we're not going to do the back leg lifts, and we've done some of them. We're just going to spin our legs over to the other side. All right, so if you've got your cushion, now you want to tuck it under your right hip. And I've got my right leg in front of me now. Check those 90-degree angles, so 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees in my hips. And then I'm going to lean over gently, finding that max range. Okay, chest up nice and tall. You've sent your hips back, so pushing your hips away from you. Make sure your chest leaning towards the shin. You're not over that. You don't want to be over the knee. Okay, so if you're over the knee, come back up. Just go as far as you can towards the shin. That's your max range. Okay, find that max range. We're going to push for 20 seconds starting now. So pressing down the whole shin into the floor. Strong push. Going to build to about 50% effort. Another 10 seconds. When you get to about 50% effort, hold it there. Last 5, 2, 1. Relax the leg. Try and lift it off the floor. So it's the muscles on the top of the leg now contracting to try and pull that leg off the floor. Hands off if you want. 2, 1, and relax. See if you can sink into this stretch a little bit more. I'm going to give you another 10 seconds to find that max range. Make sure there's no rounded back, so nice and flat, sending the hips back. And let's push for 20 seconds, starting now. Drive that shin down into the ground, from the knee all the way down to the heel. Keep sending the hips back. Build to that 60-70% now. 8 more seconds. Strong push down into the floor. 3, 2, 1. Stay where you are, but relax the leg. Try and peel the shin off the floor, lifting it up towards your chest, but not moving your chest at all. I like to lift my hands off for this one. Give it a go. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, last round on this side. Find your new range. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Start pushing. Push down, driving that shin into the floor. Build to a nice strong contraction, 80, maybe 90%, however you're feeling today, but really strong. Pushing for another 5, 2, 1, and lift. Holding our lift for another 5 seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Just check out if you've got any new range. If anything's feeling particularly tight, you know you need to go back into that stretch later. Just be aware of it. And you can also do one more round as we move on to the next bit. Okay, you're done with that section. So give yourself a little shake out. Well done. Come into the little butterfly stretch. Spend 30 seconds here, easing off. Lovely hip openers. Okay, we've got a fun one next. All right, pop onto your knees. I'm going to show you from a kind of a side angle here. I want you to pop your toes together, but bring your knees apart. I'm going to call this a frog today. A little bit like child's pose position. Okay, we're going to be in a frog. Call it a frog. Okay, what you're going to do from here is just play around with pushing your hips back if you want to, pushing like sitting onto your heels, or dropping those elbows down to the floor. Play around with it. Find what works for you. The little rock side to side. Find where is that nice position for you. This is just setting us up for our next movement. Okay, from this frog, I like to just lift my bum off my heels slightly, but it's up to you. We're going to do a bit of a dance with this frog now. So we're going to take one leg out and straighten it. Okay, hold it there. I'm going to do 10 seconds here, just finding a stretch. Nice and gentle. 2, 1, and then bring it back to your frog. Other leg comes out, straighten it to the side, and then just sit into this stretch here. You can be down on your elbows, you can be wherever you want to feel that stretch. Try and relax that leg that's out straight. Bring it back to the middle. We're going to do one more on each side. Straighten. Relax the leg. You'll notice a big difference. You can ease into that stretch, you can get relaxed. Squeeze it back in, out to the side with the other one. Just 2 on each side here, and then we're going to do something different next. Ease into that stretch. And bring it back. Okay, we're going to repeat. We want straight arms for this one. And we're going to straighten the leg, and now we're going to try and lift the foot off the floor. Bring it back. Don't worry if you can't lift it off. Other leg, just try. Imagine you're lifting it off the floor. Come back. We're just going to do 2 on each side. Straighten the right, lift, or imaginary lift. Come back. You're trying to move the upper body as little as possible. Left, lift, and back. Okay, we're going to stretch again. Okay, so straighten and sink into your stretch. Hold for 10 seconds. Hopefully you might be able to go a little bit deeper now. 3, 2, 1. Other side, bring that back. Over to the left. Straighten as much as you can. If a soft knee is better for you, that's fine. If you stay straight arms, that's fine. Come on back, other side. You can do what you want with the foot, whatever feels good, but you should be feeling this really into your hamstrings, adductors, up into groin. Come on back, last 10 seconds on this side. Stretch into it. Really, really nice one for opening up the groin. And come back. Okay, we're going to do just 4, last 2 on each side of our little lift offs. Okay, so come out, squeeze, lift that leg off, come back. Other side, squeeze, come back. If you want extras, you can do a little hold when you lift it off. Squeeze, other side, last one. Squeeze and bring it back. It's so beneficial for that hip strength, and we're really not used to doing it, which is why it's so hard to try and lift it off. But well done if you did. If you didn't, no worries, something to work towards. And yeah, have a little stretch out in your child's pose there. Just drop your butt right down onto your heels, stretch out in front of you. Have a little wiggle around, rest that forehead on the floor. Don't worry, we are not finished yet. Plenty more to go. Okay, we're going to come into our nice movement flow now. I've done all the hard stuff. Come into your down dog. And some of you did that duathlon with me yesterday for Lucy. So we're going to stretch out those calves, And we're going to do some hip flexor opening. Stretch out all those tight bits. All right, I'm just padding from heel to heel. In my down dog, you can do this with 2 feet. Okay, so bend the knees and straighten. Or you can pad heel to heel. Okay, I want everyone to take their left leg in front, nice big step. Drop the right knee down to the floor. Both hands on the inside here. If you want, and this is quite a struggle for you, you can just pop some pillows down or grab a box and just have your hands propped up here. Okay, so from this position, I'm going to try and keep my chest up nice and tall. And then I'm going to drop my right hip down to the floor and then come back up. Right hip drops down. And as I drop my right hip, my left knee goes out to the side. And I rock onto, I'll show you, my left side of my foot. Okay, so the outer edge of my foot. As my right hip drops, left knee goes out to the side. You should feel this all up. Quad, hip flexor, oblique. Maybe even into lower back. We're doing 10 little pulses, just go at your own time. Okay, when you've done 10, what I want you to do is just find your end range and just hang out there. Okay, so keeping the chest up is the focus. You don't want to end up slouched here. So make sure you've got the chest up. We want to focus on getting the hip flexor. If you can, grab that back foot, but you don't have to. This is just extra if you want it. You reach over with that left hand to grab the right foot. Keep the chest up though. And you play around with how close that foot comes towards your bum. Nice deep breaths. We've got another 20 seconds here, so just get relaxed. See if you can lift the chest a little bit more, see if you can drop the hip a little bit more, move around if you need to. Just try and relax. If you can, squeeze the butt. And really try and keep the glutes nice and tight. Okay, let go of the back foot if you've got it. What you're going to do now is straighten the front leg and lift the toe towards your nose. So you notice I've got one hand on each side now. You need to prop your hands up, grab something, chair or whatever to help you stay up. We're going to come back into the lunge and then straighten that leg. We're going to do this 5 times. That's 2. Chest up all the time. 3. 4. Toe towards the nose. And 5. For number 5, we're going to hold for 10 seconds. Chest up, toes towards the nose. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Come on out of that. Step the left foot back. Just hang out in that down dog. Pad from heel to heel. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And step forward with that right foot. Drop the back left knee to the floor. Okay, chest is up nice and high. And we're just going to do our 10 little pulses, dropping our hip down to the floor. As you drop the hip down, send that right knee out to the side. Roll over onto the right edge of your foot. And 8, 9. This is just about feeling about that hip really. 10. On number 10, we're going to hold it. We're staying here for a minute. Okay, you know the drill. You can either stay there or you can grab the back foot. Okay, wherever you are, your focus is to squeeze that left bum cheek and keep the chest up nice and tall. Nice deep breaths. Another 20 seconds. Keep the glutes squeezed nice and tight. Keep that chest up. Okie dokie, let go of that back foot. We're going to straighten the front leg, lift the toe up towards our nose, and then come back, down, lift. 5 of these. 2, toes to nose. 3, don't forget to prop yourself up if you can, if you need to keep that chest up by holding on to something. 4, if you did that duathlon yesterday, you'll be feeling this in your hamstrings, like me. 5, 10-second hold here, chest up, toes to nose. And when you're doing this one, it is absolutely fine to have a soft bend in the knee. Wherever you feel it in the hamstring best is totally fine. Toes to nose, chest up, soft knee if you need it. And rest there. Okay, step back, last down dog of the day. Unless you're doing some yoga or something later. Pad from heel to heel. Let's hang out here. We're going to take some nice deep breaths in this position. Okay, bring yourself forward into a plank. Lower yourself down nice and gently. Okay, lift the chest up off the floor. Drop your hips down, sink your hips down into the floor best you can. Try and relax those hips. I want you to look down, see if you can see your toes. And just get some awareness of how you're feeling. Keep looking side to side or just hold that pose here. And if you struggle with the straight arms, absolutely fine to have bent elbows here. Wherever you can get your hips down into the ground. A nice spinal stretch. Okay, final thing is our child's pose. So knees wide, toes together, reach those hands forward, drop the forehead to the ground. Okay, I want you to take some nice deep breaths here. I'm just going to do your own breathing today. I'm going to give you 2 minutes in this position. I want you to count your breath in and count your breath out. Good, so you've got another minute in your child's pose, just counting your own breathing, nice deep breaths. You can stay in your child's pose or you can lay flat on the floor, whatever feels good for you. Okay, last 30 seconds. So that's probably 1 or 2 more breaths. Three, 2, 1, and take your last deep breath in or out. Bring some awareness back to the room that you're in. Open your eyes if you had them open. Come on up to sitting when you're ready, take your time. And then what I just want you to do is revisit that squat and Cossack that we did at the start. Okay, so just revisit that squat. How's that feeling now? Hopefully that feels a bit comfortable, more comfortable to get into. A little hold at the bottom. Mine feels a lot easier, that's nice. We've opened those hip flexors so much now. Okay, and then just check out those Cossacks. How are they feeling today? And actually today is week 10, 11 of hip mobility. So it would be good to hear back from you guys. Maybe send me a message or an email of how much you feel like your squats and Cossacks and general mobility has improved over the last 10 or 11 weeks of doing it. Yeah, that'd be great. Cool. Have a happy Sunday, everyone.